Thank you, Catherine. I'd like to welcome you all here to this investiture ceremony for the Queen's Elizabeth II Platinum Jubilee medals. Thank you for joining us to celebrate Her Majesty's Platinum Jubilee and recognize these exceptional Albertans. Today we're gathered to pay tribute to those who have given their time and talent in service to the communities, our province, and our country. As you know, Alberta Platinum Jubilee Medals commemorates the 70th anniversary of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth in accessing to the throne as Queen of Canada upon the death of her father, King George VI, on February 6, 1952. I bet you not too many people knew that. Her Majesty was crowned on June 2, 1953 during a coronation ceremony which was held at Westminster Abbey, and as coronations have been for 900 years. Steeped in this rich history, Her Majesty's coronation made history as the first ever to be televised and was watched by 27 million people in the UK alone and millions more around the world. And so, with Her Majesty representing both the storied past of Britain as well as the modern day world, she has dedicated more than 70 remarkable years of continuous service to Canada, the United States, and the Commonwealth. This extraordinary achievement makes her Britain's longest reigning and longest lived monarch. Her Majesty has expressed her wish that Jubilee events be an occasion for enjoying a sense of togetherness and optimism about the future, which makes today's perfect opportunity to celebrate achievement of the people who make our community better. Today's medal recipients lead rather than wait to be led. They tackle challenges head on. They see problems as opportunities instead of obstacles. So congratulations to everyone receiving this medal with special distinction. So now I'd like to start, and I'd like to ask Stephen Kim to come up and introduce our first nominee. Stephen?
Jerry Boma. As the expression goes, you can take the boy off the farm, but you can never take the farm out of the boy. Jerry Boma grew up on a dairy farm located near Owen Sound, Ontario, and moved to Edmonton in the 1990s. Jerry has devoted his life's work to the betterment and preservation of Alberta and Canada's agri-food industry. After graduating with a master's in science, agricultural economics from the University of Guelph, Jerry moved back to Alberta, settling in Edmonton where he founded Toma and Boma Management Consultants, specializing in agri-food management. As one of his supporters stated, a former Minister of Agriculture, Jerry's consulting work resulted in a net contribution to Alberta's GDP in the hundreds of millions. He also stated that if you asked agricultural leaders to name the most impactful agri-food consultant over the last 30 years, Jerry's name would be frequently at the top of the list. In 2008, Jerry was named by Alberta Venture Magazine as one of Alberta's 50 most influential people. He presently Honorary Consul, Kingdom of Netherlands for Northern Alberta, building relationships between the Netherlands and Alberta companies and industry associations within the agri-food sector. Jerry is also an active volunteer, having served in leadership capacities for several leading organizations, councils, and groups. He was governor on the board of King's University from 2013 to 2019, where he helped King's ensure its sustainability and found its Leader School of Business. He is also a world record track and field athlete and has spent decades as a sports builder. He was chair of Tracktown Canada, an athletic organization which was established to host major international track and field events and brought to Edmonton the 2015 Pan American Junior Championships and the 2016 Canadian Track and Field Olympic Trials. Jerry is also a writer and authored 3 published books of poetry and 1 book of prose. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Jerry Boma, a true Renaissance man, the Queen's Jubilee Medal.
And do you mind just, we'll take photos with you two?
Okay. This would be the photo.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Work it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Stephen. I forgot to mention that Stephen is with RBC Dominion Securities. So I'd like to call upon Richard Fauché, who's a realtor in Edmonton here, to introduce our next recipient.
Hello, everyone. I have the privilege of presenting Gary Buckle. Senior Captain Gary Buckle is currently a member of the Edmonton Fire Rescue Suppression Operations Branch and a proud member of the Edmonton Firefighters Honor Guard. Gary has 34 and a half years of service to date, along with 30 years service in the Honor Guard unit. One of his most humble achievements is to be a good leader and mentor to the many outstanding men and women of the Edmonton Fire Service. Gary is happily married to Tomalyn Buckle, celebrating their 30-year anniversary this year. They have 2 successful adult children, Keenan and Skylar Buckle. Gary plans to retire from the Edmonton Fire Rescue Services in May of 2023 with 35 years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Buckle.
Sorry. All right. Looking great. Thanks very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'd like to call upon Terry O'Flynn from Prison Flow Systems to announce our next recipient.
Hello and welcome. It's my pleasure to recognize William Chibaniuk. William Chibaniuk has taken great pride in servicing the citizens of Edmonton for over 35 years. In the early years, he served as an EMT and then a paramedic, providing life-saving care to many in need. The gratification received from helping others meant he would continue to serve others. Now as a firefighter, working for the City of Edmonton since 1990. William diligently worked his way up through the ranks of Edmonton Fire Rescue Services, becoming a senior firefighter, training officer, firefighter qualified captain, senior station captain qualified, district chief, and now currently holds the rank of platoon chief, working at Fire Station No. 1 in the downtown core. William is proud to admit that his values are centered around loyalty, positive attitude, accountability, commitment, solid work ethic, humility, respect, and being kind to others. In August of 1986, William married his high school sweetheart Connie and has been blessed to share over 37 happy years with his absolute best and lifelong friend. William and Connie are proud parents of 2 adult children who are also both happily married and beginning their next chapter in life. William was born and raised in the country and has lived on a small hobby farm of 12 acres near Namao for over 27 years, raising many animals, enjoying the chores. He's always felt that chores are not work, but rather quality time spent outdoors. He also enjoys many other hobbies, true sportsman, remains young at heart, and from what I understand is still a bit of a trickster. Williams dedicated many years of his life to serving his community as well as other organizations. He spent many years working in many different capacities, volunteering for the Namao Agricultural Community League, the Namao Cemetery Board, Namao United Church, the Namao Museum Society. William has the Chief of Medical Volunteering for years for the Canadian Birkebeiner Ski Festival, organizing medical aid stations which kept thousands of skiers safe in extremely cold weather conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, William Chubaniak.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to call on Stephen Kim again to present our next recipient.
Mark Evans. Mark is a highly skilled logistics specialist with a kind and compassionate approach to everything he does. Serving the greatest needs of Alberta communities has been his lifelong commitment. He creates global transportation solutions for companies and their stakeholders to maximize their EBIT lines. The strong leadership, innovation, creativity, and collaborative approach he has demonstrated in his career has earned him several top awards. It's also how he drives multiple boards and corporations forward. Mark has a strong involvement in the non-profit sector. He led a non-profit through the Canadian Accreditation Council to 2 accreditations. Mark also serves on the Chamber of Commerce Trade and Industry Access Committee on top of his non-profit boards. He has served on the board of Shepherd's Care not-for-profit foundation for several years, helping to make a long-term sustainable difference for its senior residents. Also, he has played a pivotal role on Adira's board of directors for over 15 years, helping women and children who are struggling with their addiction illness and seeking recovery. As a result of his leadership contributions at Adira, over 650 women in crisis have been able to overcome their addictions, find permanent housing, and obtain stable employment. As a connector of people, Mark connects them to each other and to the community, a greater cause that empowers them to reach their individual and collective potential. He firmly believes that personal growth is powered by these strong connections. Throughout Mark's career, he's demonstrated the desire and passion to meet the needs of his community, as well as his commitment to helping others achieve their potential. Change is powerful, and with a keen commitment to balance, such endeavors are offset by joy of skydiving, scuba diving, and skiing. I'd like to present the award to Mark Evans.
Oh, sorry about that.
Congratulations, Mark.
Photos over here.
Thank you. Well deserved.
Now I'd like to introduce our next presenter, Connie Feigl, which would be an honor for her to introduce her dad. So Connie.
Might not get through this. Okay. This next Queen Elizabeth II Platinum Jubilee Medal nominee grew up in Western Germany during World War II under very challenging circumstances. The lengthy illness of his father before he passed away and the lack of food drove this youngster to start his first business at the age of 10, raising rabbits for food and selling the fur for money to help support his family. He vowed his family would never starve again. In Germany, he completed 2 trades, machining and welding, and finishing half of his engineering degree by the age of 17. Driven to better himself, he moved to Canada, hoping to work for a year or two to save money and then head back to Germany to finish his engineering degree. But the longer he stayed, the more he fell in love with Canada. Then with Erna, whom he married in 1962. They started a family and then small machine shop business in 1965 when he was 23 years old. Since then, he has built and operated successful businesses, a nonprofit organization, and earned the trust, respect, and loyalty of numerous employees, customers, and vendors. He has demonstrated outstanding and dedicated service, strong morals, and commitment. His business, acumen, and integrity and wisdom are highly regarded. He has also played soccer for over 60 years. If you add up the distance he ran on the field, it would be equivalent to the circumference of the earth. I feel so blessed and honored to introduce my dad, Kurt Feigl Sr.
Could we please have the family come up and give the award? If the whole family could come up for the picture?
Nice picture. Now I'd like to welcome Richard Fauché again to present our next recipient.
Brian Hoekstra. District Chief Brian Hoekstra entered the fire service with Edmonton in 1990. In Brian's dedicated career, he has advanced through the ranks of the Edmonton Fire Rescue Service to his current position of District Chief. In his career, you can always find Brian involved in advancing the career of firefighting and its benefits by bringing awareness to the hazards of the firefighter occupation, advocacy for health and safety improvements, volunteer work and fundraising for firefighter charities, and providing strong and effective leadership through strong morals and ethics, leading by example and always supporting his occupation and peers. Brian will be retiring in April of 2023. By giving his time and volunteer efforts throughout his career, he has made firefighting a great occupation, not only in Edmonton, but throughout our great nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Hoekstra. Congratulations. You betcha. Good job. Thank you. You bet.
For our next recipient, it gives me great honor to present Mike House. Mike is the president and CEO of the Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation, committed to funding excellence at the Stollery Children's Hospital, located across 4 hospital sites in Alberta. In addition to supporting children's physical and mental health across the province, the Stollery is also heavily involved in pediatric research, Indigenous health, and helping to recruit and train the next generation of medical professionals for our community. Mike's commitment to kids is echoed in the Foundation's vision to give kids the best chance at a long and healthy life. That resonates deeply with him, as he himself had life-saving surgery as a baby and a toddler and beat the odds of survival. Mike has been fortunate to be a professional fundraiser for over 25 years. Mike has been proud to have led his team in a wide array of charitable sectors, including health, social services, the arts, and education, raising over $300 million in his career. In October of 2019, Mike added mountain climbing to the list of things that he has tried as he and a group of volunteers climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa in support of raising funds for the Stollery. Mike obtained his MBA from the University of Alberta and has achieved his ICDD designation in Canadian corporate governance and is recognized internationally by the Children's Miracle Network Hospital as the network's Person of the Year for 2019. Amongst 170 children's hospitals in North America. Mike and his wife Kathy are proud parents to daughters Caroline and Jillian. Mike House. And now I'd like to welcome back Terry O'Flynn for our next recipient.
Wow, what a list so far. I'm going to break just a bit here to congratulate friends of mine, Mike and Kurt Sr. I spent a lot of time with them over the years. It's a great honor to see you both receive it today, and it's not a coincidence we're standing in the FIGO Conference Hall. Yeah. Thank you, Kurt.
Yeah.
And now I got the honor to add to that list with Jody McFadden. Jody has been the youngest to serve on the St. Albert and District Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors for two-year terms as a director and 1-year terms as senior vice chair, first vice chair, chair, and past chair positions. So she's worked her way through the system. She's currently the youngest again to sit on the Alberta Chamber of Commerce Board and has completed the treasurer and second vice chair positions and is currently in the first vice chair position. Jody is the owner of numerous businesses, JLM Solutions, Pens Unlimited, and the UPS store located in St. Albert. Jody was awarded the Home-Based Business Award of Distinction in 2011 from the St. Albert and District Chamber of Commerce, was also awarded the Provincial Youth Entrepreneur Award in 2012 from Alberta Chambers of Commerce. Jody is very passionate and is actively involved with several different charities and organizations around our community, where she tries to provide support in many different aspects. Being an entrepreneur has allowed Jody the time to be able to give back in many ways to help make a difference, and she'll continue to do so. Jody?
So I'd like to present the next recipient, Blaine Music, Platoon Chief for Edmonton Fire Rescue Services, 32 years as a firefighter, 20 years as a volunteer firefighter in Fort Saskatchewan, which happens to be his hometown, volunteer for Burn Treatment Society and Muscular Dystrophy for most of his career, union shop steward, member and services representative, very active in children's sports activities, coaching, training, first aid, manager, volunteer fundraising coordinator, proud father of 3 and grandfather to 1. Blaine. I'd like to call upon Richard Fauché to do our next recipient.
Darren Raskovich. Darren is originally from Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan, and joined the Royal Canadian Air Force as a military firefighter right after high school. His work as a crash structural firefighter at Canadian Force Base Edmonton lasted 4 years. In 1991, he was accepted by the Edmonton Fire Rescue Services. Over the years, he has been a relief dispatcher, worked on airport crash rescue, and was a member of early high angle rescue team. Darren also proudly served as a member of the Honor Guard for 15 years. His current role is a district fire chief on 3, Platoon in District 2, which is the southeast of Edmonton. For the last 10 years, Darren has also been an Army reservist with the Loyal Edmonton Regiment as a member of the Alpha Company. Darren Raskovich.
So that completes our recipient awards for today. I'd like to congratulate everybody again on a job well done. And by the way, if anybody needs a little bit more information on Kurt Feisel, I spent a week in Texas with his son Kurt, so I've got all the goods.